Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Tri-State Show, Tri-State Traffic Show. We'll get that right. Wow, it is a Monday. It definitely feels like I've got a case of the Mondays, right? Like office space, I should say. Yeah, it's a little sticky here in the traffic center, a little humid. I got the AC cranked up here, so hopefully I'm not sweating terribly, although I feel like I am. But anyway, speaking of the weather, that is a little bit of an issue here this morning, early this morning when I got up. It really was coming down fairly substantial here in central New Jersey. So that's the reason why I think we're starting to see some delays mounting, especially like on the Parkway, as well as the Turnpike and Route 22 and so forth. So fortunately, Johnny is not able to join us here this morning, but he's provided the slides for us. Let me just close this out. The slides for the weather. But what I want to do is do this. Comments are open now, so let's fire that up. Let's come over here to the banner. Let's switch the banners here, and we are proudly sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, cranfordvanillabeancreamery.com. I'm sure Ralph was busy this weekend, and I'm sure he'll be very busy all week as well with some of the temperatures Johnny's forecast. A little preview of that. Looks like that is going to be fairly hot week. So, but hey, we're in the middle of July, right? We're at the All-Star break, right? Yankees, Mets doing well. Yankees big win over the Red Sox yesterday. I think the Mets, I have to look that up. I thought that they may have lost to the Cubs yesterday, but I'm not sure. But we can check that out in real time for you. So let's go here. Let's go to the maps, I should say. So what do we want to do first? So you can see it's fairly busy for a Monday around the tri-state area. I want to bring in the radar map. That's what we were looking at first. So let's do this. So this is the latest return 6 minutes ago. So it's basically here in northern New Jersey, as well as up towards the Bronx, out towards western Nassau County. Looks like it's getting some rain, but it looks like it's seeing more of the heavier rain here out to the Newton area, up in Sussex County, Franklin, Hamburg, over towards Oakland, Franklin Lakes, only 208, 287. Just starting to shower here in the Yonkers area, up through Orange and Rockland counties. And I think this is kind of moving this way, north, almost northeast. So I would expect that parts of southwestern Connecticut are going to be into the showery activity very, very shortly. So, but there is a fairly decent shot of rain here, and this is on the Cross Bronx out by the Deegan, the Bruckner. And we go to one of those cameras there, and then we have another larger pocket of some heavy rain up towards Newton along, say 94, 6. Like it's seen some heavier rain there, but South Jersey for the most part is fine. Maybe a little showery activity out towards Point Pleasant, Toms River. So if you're waking up from your shore house and little wet out there this morning, let's do that first. Well, we'll start here in New Jersey since I already brought up the page. We've got westbound out by Weequahic Park in Newark, right lane shut down there. Away from the airport, inner roadway northbound south of 14. We're dealing with with a crash there. All lanes are open. Move to the right shoulder. Southbound out by 3. All lanes are open, and then we've got the left lane and the shoulder blocked. Southbound truck lanes before 11. Okay. So let's quickly just map out this Route 22 situation. Right in here. Here's Weequahic Park. So it's coming away from Newark. Again, coming away from Newark into Hillside is heavy. So you're better off with 78. And I think partially this is the reason why this is a little bit heavier now. As we make our way through the Newark area, especially coming off of Route 21, But 1-9 is awfully crowded as well, getting up into truck routes 1 and 9. Same thing on the turnpikes. Eastern Spur is fairly heavy. Again, this is some showers that marched their way through here about, I'd say an hour or so ago, not even that. This is north on the Turnpike here at 14. This is this crash here. All lanes are open for business, but it's onto the shoulder. I can't even talk straight. My goodness. Rough weekend. Oh my goodness. Our camera here south of 14 has it, and there it is. Nice job, Turnpike Authority. Solid kudos to the camera operators there. What if my friend Goody is still there, manning the cameras during the morning? I had plans to go over and tour the facility. This was a couple of years back, but wonder if he's still there. If he's still there, maybe he's watching, or I'm not sure. But I know I followed him on Twitter. Oh, Alexandra, good morning. Alexandra, good morning, Don. Taking some PTO this week. We're watching the show from the Shore House. Beautiful. Excellent. Is it raining down where you are? You don't have to give the specific location, but just let us know if you saw any rain this morning to where you are, because North Jersey is, especially up where you normally come from there, up in East Rutherford, 17, Route 3, saw quite a substantial shot of rain there earlier this morning. And weather and traffic always go together. So, you know what? Let's do this now. I want to come off of this. These are our temperatures. I wanted to go to the city DOT cameras because I wanted to check out the Bronx because we did see some heavy rain there. Oh, goodness. This computer is really, I don't know, on its last legs. This is the southbound Deegan. You can see just soaked here out by the Cross Bronx. We should do a GoFundMe page for the computer. So there is the Cross Bronx here at the Deegan. You can see just a sloppy, messy ride with those heavier showers. This is out by Nelson Avenue on the Cross Bronx. This is going to be over by McCombs Road. So, you know, just be careful. You know, the quick hitters, but, you know, can cause definitely some problems. Anna, good morning. Buenos dias. Stay cool, everyone. No rain in Homedale yet. Okay, that's good. Alexander said it rained here overnight. Okay. Very good. But you're in a good spot for what's to come, for the hot temperatures that are on its way for this upcoming week. So picked a good week for being down the shore. So hope the thunderstorms kind of stay out of the picture. Although, again, right, I think we're setting up into that summertime pattern here this week where, you know, every day there may be a chance of some storms. But that's just what we get with this jacked up humidity, you know, having a bad hair day kind of thing. You know, solid humidity, and recipe is out there for the showers here. We'll do a reset here at 7:30. Apologize for coming on a little bit late, but I just had to take care of some things. So we will do a reset at 7:30, get back on our normal schedule here. So we got about 4 minutes to that. But again, weather has really been the key factor in this morning's ride so far. You know, it's fairly heavy for a Monday. There's no accidents in the city, so that's good news. Let's go to Long Island. Check out the page there. Nothing to report. Very good. Hudson Valley. Who's going to roll the dice and say that there's probably a broken down vehicle on the Taconic Parkway? I think I would go with that. Nothing. Oh, surprising. 42. Both ways between Stratton Hill Road and Laurel Avenue. They're blocked due to a building fire. Local fire department is on scene. Okay. It's okay there. And then westbound 287 after exit 1, the Sawmill. Watch for a crash. That looks like that just happened. So we know we have cameras there. So let's quickly go there here before our reset. Hopefully everyone is having a good Monday. And also just want to make you aware, a little programming note. Later on this evening, I will be back with a special program regarding the all new 2024 Chevy EV Blazer, which gets introduced. We'll be back this evening at 10:30. So 10:30 Eastern time, that's when that gets revealed. So definitely tune in to the channel if you're up late this evening. Again, Tri-State Traffic Show video, we will be up and running at 10:30 this evening. So I don't see anything. I think they were kind of looking for it here, but I have a feeling that crash is now out of the way for us. Alexandra, let's see here. I got to move the microphone. Only at the Shore House today, heading back to North Jersey later this afternoon. We'll definitely need some personalized traffic on Thursday for my bachelorette party. Excellent. Yes. Let's talk on Thursday. Absolutely. I'm still looking for that Hawaii information. I haven't forgotten about you. So I appreciate the email you sent last week. So I am still trying to track down the name of that tour group. And I know it's here somewhere. I just haven't been able to locate it. Maybe it's on the back of the DVD that we bought. I have to look. I think I know where the DVD is now that I'm talking about it. So I will look for that the next couple of days. All right. So it is now 7:30. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. Odon here, your traffic jockey in a very humid and sticky traffic center. Wow. It is just sweating. You know what it is that this screen here, you know what I have to do is move this camera just a little bit. There we go. I'm showing. Yeah. How does that look? That looks fairly good, right? This screen here that separates this from the living room, the studio from the living room, the air conditioner is behind it, unfortunately. So it gets a little tough to get some of that cool air up to the studio. So it kind of has to filter through the little holes in the whatever this is made of, bamboo or wicker or something. I don't even know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching us. And again, that half hour sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. This half hour, we're going to stick to the schedule, is sponsored by Travels with Darley. Darley-Newman.com is the best place for any and all information about Darley's program. You can watch her on PBS Crate, Amazon Prime, Wonder Woman, Ovation TV's Journey, and definitely follow her on Twitter and Instagram. She's extremely active multiple times during the day. She's now filming season 10. She was actually in Santa Fe last week up till about Thursday or Friday, I think. And then yesterday I noticed that she was in France all of a sudden. So Darley is Miss Worldwide, right? Very much like Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. She is Miss Worldwide. So now she's in France. So definitely follow her on social media. And, she's very good about getting back to you if you leave a comment about something she's posted. So awesome stuff. So can't wait to see what that is going to bring for Travels with Darley early next year. All right. So let's get back to our action here this morning. Let's go back to the maps here and let's kind of just start over here. So we're going to start in New Jersey as we always do. First, let's head over here to the eastbound side of 80, looking at some delays here. Now, some of this is weather related, going east of about exit 30 into 34. There's certainly no sun glare out there because it's just ugly. But we'll go 30 out through all the way into 42. Just a lot of sluggish traffic because of the wet conditions and some of the showers that came through. Heading west here, I think there may be a crash. Yes, this is out by exit 12. Let's see. A while since it's been out this way. Yeah, exit 12. Out to the Blairstown area, Hope. There we go. That is going westbound here. This is out by Shades of Death Road. Always thought it'd be interesting to just take a ride onto Shades of Death Road. And don't ask me, that's what the name of the road is. Out here somewhere. Anyway, just to knock on the doors or whatever, and just to ask what it's like to live on. So there it is. Shades of Death Road. I mean, imagine putting that on a job application or something, or whatever you need to put your address on. They're probably thinking you're making it up, but it's a fairly substantial road. There's no question. So it's definitely a few miles, probably 6-7 miles with the road. I mean, it heads all the way up in towards Alamuchi here, where it finally out towards Riverside Greenhouses. You know what? Just because we're right here, and I just want to see this, and there goes the keyboard. Yes, it does. So I just want to see what the street sign says. Huh? There's no. As far as there's no street sign here. People probably don't even. Who knows? Maybe they've taken the street signs off because maybe people are stealing the signs, right? Because I mean, how could you? I mean, it's just such a bizarre name for a road, right? Just leave it to Jersey, right? Right. Um, wow, this is just beautiful farm country, no question about that. It's yeah. Let's try to find another cross street very quickly. I know I'm using on here, but we're gonna go this way. Let's see. I would imagine that I'm thinking honestly that they may have taken out the street signs. Huh. Anyway, I digress for the first time here already in the broadcast. So anyway, looks like there's an accident going west on 80. Let's head over to North Jersey where we saw more of that moderate rain, and that's why 287 is a bit sluggish here, heading north up towards Franklin Lakes and Oakland between 57, 58, 59, and then further up the line up towards Mawa. Again, it's just all weather related as far as our delays are concerned along 287. 17 looks pretty good until you get to Esther Street here, and Lodi is busy both ways of Route 4. I think, we would have seen a lot less traffic had the weather not kind of gone downhill as quickly as it did. But let's go to Route 3 both ways here out through the long-term construction, and 46 is a little bit heavy. I imagine there's probably some puddles through that long-term repair. 21 up to 20 is awfully slow as well. The Western Spur up to 18W, I should say, up to 46. That's a little bit heavy. Again, some just weather-related volume. Same thing here on the Parkway, both ways, 145 up to 150 is a bit heavy both ways. The 280 across the Stickle Drawbridge is a sluggish ride. So is McCarter Highway. And again, this whole area of 19, I would be hard pressed to say there's probably maybe a little standing water here along 19, getting up to truck routes 1 and 9. Same thing onto the eastern spur of the Turnpike at 15E. We definitely know there is a crash still being worked on here west out by Wequay Park. So go with 78. That's why this is a little bit heavy. And then north on the Parkway is busy from 142 on all the way up in towards 144 and in Irvington. Both ways here through the long-term repair in Union is heavy. And then we're still trying to recover in this Cranford area, 137 up to 139. And there was some earlier showers north here into 14. Looks like our crash has been cleared, but still the damage done through 13A and 13. But as you get into central Jersey, things are fine along the Turnpike as well as 287. Continuing down through central Jersey, the Parkway, the Turnpike, 18, Route 9, all the shore points are looking good. Just not a great shore day whatsoever. 195, Route 9, Route 33, 29, 295, and the Turnpike is going to be looking good. Parkway, a little bit slow here, heading north into exit 82. There could be just some some folks leaving late or early this morning from the shore from the week. Then 55, 42, pretty busy into 295 in Cherry Hill. Then Ocean City, Atlantic City, Wildwood, Cape May, Route 40 and 55 again is going to be moving just fine. Let's go over to the city now. Let's check out Staten Island. For the most part, we're looking good here. A little crowding here because of the weather going east at 440. Across the Verrazano is a little bit heavy. Inbound Gowanus Prospect at the top of the world is busy as well. Into the BQE on up in towards the Brooklyn Bridge. As we head south, fairly congested ride as well at the same location. But your lower East River crossings are going to be in fairly good order. Not really seeing a terrible ride. So in some cases, it's a little bit lighter and just the weather kind of just really jammed things up. Midtown Tunnel about 15, about 10 to 12 there at the Queensboro Bridge. North on the FDR is busy here. I'm going to say there's a crash being reported there. That is probably around the lower 80s or so. Yeah. Hello. And then south is busy from the RFK up to the 130s now because of the rubbernecking delays there. Both ways of the RFK Triborough, all three of the Triborough Bridge is busy there. This is all weather-related delays on the Bruckner both ways here at the Hunts Point Drawbridge. Then north, looks like south, I should say. Looks like we have a crash being reported there on the Deegan out by Willis Avenue. Cross Bronx is just a lot of sluggish traffic in either direction, essentially from the Deegan onto the interchange. Again, this is all weather-related delays here on the Bruckner as well as the Hutch. Same thing with the Bronx River Parkway as well as the major Deegan now. Getting word of a crash here going south out by the Mosholu. So again, weather really rearing its ugly head here this morning. Throgsek and Whitestone bridges are all busy. Either direction north on the Whitestone Expressway is crowded up to the Cross Island. And then the westbound Grand Central is heavy right from City Field all the way out to the BQE, LIE. Lots of traffic out to the fairgrounds going west, east into the Clearview. That's kind of just normal stuff for the morning ride. North on the Cross Island is busy all the way up from Sunrise Highway into basically the Grand Central, both ways. The Van Wyck here at Hillside Avenue is a bit slow, but the Bell Parkway, surprisingly, with this rain, I think it kind of just missed really unloading here. Some of the heavier showers along the belt out by Flatbush Avenue. So that is a little bit easier for drivers there. Let's go out to Long Island, shall we? Some delays both ways coming into the northern state on the LIE. So just look for that. Northern state is fine. Meadowbrook, Wantagh, all in the clear. Southern state, some pockets of delays into 22. And then further out both ways here, 135 over to 110, Sunrise Highway. We're moving fine. LIE a little sluggish here, going west out by 135. And then west here on the LIE's heavy at Deer Park. And then just some light volume as you come into Vets Highway. And then further west as you make your way out to just west of 112. Sunrise Highway 111 is good. So is Sunrise Highway out to the east end. Still some traffic here through the Hampton Bays area, Southampton into Watermill, even though the weather is kind of but it's still dry here according to our radar map as things are moving north. And speaking of that, we'll head into beautiful southwestern Connecticut, where Bridgeport, Fairfield were good along 95 and 8 and 25. South on the Merritt's heavy. We're going to say just south of 44 to 41, and then heavier here from 40 over to 38. South on 95 is busy out of, we'll say about exit 19 all the way down through about exit 5. But that's about it, really. Westchester, again, this is just the showers here really tying up the ride on the New England Thruway. The Hutch, 287. Same thing with the Tappan Zee Bridge. We're fine. But south on the Thruway, looks like we have an issue here. No. Crash over by the Spring Valley Toll Plaza. So 7:41 is our time. Let's head over to the Thruway here. Again, this is all weather related out between 16 and 17. Route 6, a little busy here west of the Thruway. 84 is moving well. Beacon Bridge, that is clear. 6 looks good. So it's Taconic Parkway. And then this whole interchange of 684 and 84 in Brewster is a solid ride as well. Again, just the rain. 22 Katona, Bedford Hills is fine. Mount Kisco, 684. So you kind of get the vibe here this morning where the weather is. You're starting to see just some light congestion as, most people are doing the right thing and slowing down. Let's go to the Connecticut incident list. I just want to make sure that nothing has happened there. Just some delays. Again, Merritt to 95. Let's check in with transit now on these rainy days. Could be a good option for some. We go to the Atlantic City rail line, 746 arrival at Atlantic City is 30 minutes late. Signal issues near Philadelphia and 30th Street. And then we go to departure from Grove Street, 721 departure from Newark Penn. Again, Newark Penn are canceled due to operator availability. Okay. Let's go to the path lines here that Alexander is not using this morning. We will head over to Journal Square, 33rd Hoboken World Trade, delayed or working to resolve a signal problem at Newport. Okay. York World Trade, dispatch reported a signal problem at Exchange Place. So polite about it. We apologize for the inconvenience, right? So yeah, so again, give yourself, another 10, 15 minutes worth of travel time I think is going to be necessary here for what we're dealing with. And we got some delays here across the board. Wow. Southbound 1 train's delay while we remove a train from service to the door problem at Dykeman Street. Southbound BC trains are running with delays after our crews remove water from the tracks between 125th and 103rd Street. Wow. C running with delays there. J train, Broad Street bound. J trains are running with delays after our crews corrected a switch malfunction at Broadway Junction. Okay. And Staten Island Railway running as much service as we can. Greek Hill, St. George canceled. St. George to Tottenville, 801. That's out of service. All right. Let's go to Long Island Railroad. Got some delays on the Montauk branch, 727 from Amagansett due to Hampton Bays at 801. Canceled because of equipment trouble. Ronkonkoma branch. 730 train from Ronkonkoma to Greenport, 854 is delayed in Ronkonkoma, late arriving connection. So a couple of delays popping up, and I wonder if some of those are weather related. New Haven on Metro North 615 from Stanford to New Haven is now operating 10, 15 minutes late because of earlier mechanical issues. Okay. All right. So there we go. Problems here this morning. All right, friends, let's go to the Weather Center now. I will be filling in for the esteemed John Rocco. He is studying for a very important math test today. So that's the most important thing, is that Johnny continues his high excellence of high academic learning there at Rutgers University. So congratulations and good luck on the test. His math test coming up today. So he was very kind enough to go ahead and take a few minutes out of his studying to provide us the forecast. So obviously, today, cloudy start all across the five boroughs in New York City, as well as the rest of the area. Some showers that certainly have made their way through. So it's just an ugly start, very humid, sticky feel into the lower to mid to potentially even upper 70s, depending on where you are here in New Jersey. So it's just ugly, just nasty, sticky, horrible hair day, hat day kind of a deal, lower to mid 70s to start things off here in the five boroughs. And then we continue over towards Long Island. Again, the same drill here, 75, 73 to 75 is really our temperature gradient. Cooler, a little slightly cooler up to the Hudson Valley, into the 70s or so, lower 70s, that is. Same thing in southwestern Connecticut, lower 70s to start things off for your morning ride. Let's go to the forecast for today. Early morning storms north, and evening storms are going to pop up again as the temperature starts to creep up there, especially, let's say, west of the Garden State Parkway, New Jersey. Looking at around 90 degrees, 89 in Freehold, 88 in Central Park, 83 in Islip, and 85 in Cape May. So again, it's that sticky, ugly, kind of humid feel to the air. Definitely bring along, the umbrella for today. Again, some morning storms, which we already know have happened. Evening storms as well. Tuesday and Wednesday look fairly quiet. Thursday is a slight storm chance. And then on Friday, that is going to be looking good. Go to the exclusive 7-day weather forecast. But as you see the temperatures, look at that, hot, like Buster Poindexter, 89 for today, 95 for tomorrow, 96 for Wednesday. When we really get those hot temperatures, the threat of those storms kind of diminishes, almost evaporates some of that moisture in the air. It's just because the air temperature is so hot. Almost 97 to 100 degrees on Thursday. Wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of a air quality alert potential for Thursday. Look at Friday, 93, 95 on Saturday, and then 92 on Sunday. So that is definitely, according to that, we are definitely going to be in a heat wave come Friday. You just need 3 days of 90 plus degree temperatures to qualify for a heat wave. And I think we're going to surpass that by some, if not many, as we get out in towards next weekend. So, really some hot stuff. But hey, it is July, right? This is what we see. What we see also is if you tune in your television sets to or your phones now, because your phones are almost a TV, are basically a TV set in itself. Travels with Darley. She's the proud sponsor of this half hour of programming here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. You can watch her program on PBS Create. Same thing on Amazon Prime, Wonderum, and Ovation TV's Journey. Darley travels all around the world, so giving you the best places to vacation. Again, really gets that local flavor of the area, and that's really what sets her show apart from any of the other travel programs that you may encounter out there. Is really gets that local angle, if you want to call it that. And that's not even an angle, just the local flavor of what the city that she's in, or the town, region that she's in, the country she's in, especially now being in France for more filming for season 10. So, gets either a local tour guide or a local person of interest to kind of take her around. And, someone who lives there 24/7, I think that's really the best way to understand what, what the area is like, kind of what the area is like after the lights in the camera get turned off. What's everyday life like in Santa Fe, or, somewhere in France, or in Canada, or Vancouver, or, New York City, or, South Carolina, what have you, Florida. So she definitely gets that angle. Best places to eat, best places to drink, and always seems to find some sort of a bar that has some sort of craft beer. I think that's one of her specialties, favorites. Really some amazing stuff. So if you're unfamiliar with her program, let's give you a little sample of Travels with Darley. Now, this is, I want to say this is season 2. This is when she was heading to North Dakota. So enjoy. That one didn't work, so
when you travel with the locals, you never know what you'll discover or get into.
The mountain's 27,000 acres.
Whoa, how do you find the sheep?
Particular favorite, the chili and garlic.
Ooh.
You just know you're in for a good time and memories to last a lifetime. From the Beatles' hometown of Liverpool to the Bronte sisters' parsonage on the wild moors, music, literature, food, and fantastic people are our travel inspiration.
There has to be some level that whenever people leave here, there's some sense of responsibility.
Oh, I couldn't exist without these girls.
We're really like a old-fashioned small town that happens to be located in a city.
So that's just a little sample of Travels with Darley, again on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonderum, and Ovation TV's Journey. And you go to her website, darley-newman.com, for more information. All right, so let's go back to our action here at 7:51. We want to go to Jersey now. We still have the 22 crash going west of Weequahic Park in Newark. We know about that. Again, we showed you this earlier, 80 west out before exit 12. Hope Blairstown Road and Hope, 2 lanes are shut down there. Hopefully no one's seriously injured there. Crash on 21, and it would help if I were actually to bring up the maps here. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. All over the map here this morning, literally. So let's go here now. Let's see if this camera can pick up anything. Work. Of course, that's the case. Of course, that's the case. So we'll just show it to you on the map here this morning. Here. Let's see, which way was that going? That's north of Belleville Turnpike. Excuse me. That's right here. just north of Route 7 and the Belleville Bridge. So keep that in mind. And, this eastern section of Essex County is just seeing a ton of traffic, especially on the Parkway from 145 all the way up, 143 all the way up into 150. A lot of this is, as we said, weather related. That's really what it comes down to. Let's do this now. Let's show you the Hudson River crossings this morning. Oh, oopsie. The radar there. We'll get back to that at the top of the hour because that's kind of the top story here. About 25 at the George, 15 at the Lincoln, 15 at the Holland. So, we're in that summertime pattern. If it wasn't for the rain this morning, I think those numbers would be down even a little bit more. But, this whole section here along the turnpike, getting up to the eastern spur has been really busy. Let's go to the cameras here. Let's just check this out in real time, just on the chance that something, but there's an earlier crash north of 14, but I was hoping that maybe would have eased out a little bit here. East of 15E, working. That camera is not working. This is at 15X, and that camera is not working. South of the service area, that's not working. Can we get anything to work here? This is out by 16E over here. And wow, that rain is really coming down. Friends, that's in real time. I'm assuming that it's not time delayed in some way because the camera looks like it's having some trouble reloading. So unless that was from like an hour or so ago, but it says live. So try this one again. Camera says live. Let's just see if we see the same three cars come up. No, I think that was from earlier this morning because the exact same three cars that went through. So this is by the George Washington Bridge, or at least on the approach to it. Again, you can see those dark clouds into the distance. 7:55 now is our time. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Kind of drying out a little bit here along the turnpike. All northbounders coming towards us, so a heavy start there. Let's check out some of the Parkway cameras, shall we? Well, we'll go to here, and we want to bring this up. First, let's go back towards the shore. I want to see what this looks like here at 82. This is north coming towards us. It's a fairly busy ride. No question about that. Unfortunately, I wish we could get a better camera. Again, soggy start here this morning heading north. So definitely some late folks to the party here heading up home early this morning. Let's check the Driscoll Bridge, see how that is cooking along here. Well, they're not ready to move the camera unless they were trying to find something. Yeah, it's fine. I don't see major issues here. Let's go into Clark in 136 fairly nicely. Let's go to the 142 Tower. Coming out of the toll plaza, that's fine. Even up towards the beginning between Union and Irvington. Okay, there. This is over by 144. Let's go here. That's really packed, stacked and packed in the 145. 145 overpass. That northbound traffic is heavy. Again, I think a lot of this has been obviously the weather. Coming up to 147 is a bacchanal of traffic. Up to 148 south of the Essex tolls. Look at that, how heavy that is. Up to 150 and towards 151. There it is in Nutley by 151. Come over to the Bergen tolls. That seems to be okay. We'll go just out of the toll plaza. Well, that's a different look for that camera. Okay. It'd be nice if you just got rid of the toll plaza and just put the cashless tolling in. It's like Parkway's got to be, they have to be thinking about that. I mean, we just make things so much easier. This is out by Pascagoula Valley. All right. So 7:57 now is our time. see what we're going to do in the next 3 minutes. Okay, another new crash here on 80. This is west of 61 River Road in Elmwood Park. So let's check that out. And go here. This is west of the Parkway. That's westbound that heads away. I don't see anything there. This is over by Route 20. That's westbound that heads away from us. Fairly substantial ride. This is out by Madison Avenue. That seems to be moving well, but you can see the humidity out there. It's just ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. Oh, this computer. Come on. We know the connection got lost here. Okay. So it's right in here. There's definitely something going on. Something's going on. Again, for the most part, this is all weather related delays here because 287 shouldn't have any traffic on it at all going north of Franklin Lakes on into Mahwah. You know, here's the delays on 80 going west out by exit 12. Eastbound is heavy here, just weather related delays getting into Route 15 out towards Parsippany. And then, you know, just concentrated here in the Newark area is where we're seeing just a lot of traffic, including this westbound 22 crash because of, again, because of that collision here. And that's why westbound 70 is heavier than it should be coming away from EWR. You know what? Speaking of that, let's do this. Let's check out the flight delays with this weather that's coming through. Let's see if we have any on the board. Yeah, there's a few here. Let's see what Newark is. Due to weather, thunderstorms, traffic management program, blah, 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 maybe affected selecting flights. Give you a doesn't really give you a time per se. Kennedy, and no specific destination. You know, just a general alert that there may be some delays. Departure delays. Gate hole and taxi delays between 46 minutes and an hour in length and increasing. So leaving LaGuardia, you're up to about an hour's worth of time there. So again, just keep that in mind. All right, friends, thanks a lot for joining us here on the Tri-State Traffic Show on a rainy, kind of ugly morning. And yeah, look a little ugly here with this beard. Just couldn't put it together here this morning to go ahead and shave, just running behind. But we'll take care of that in the next day or so. This half hour is sponsored by the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. We thank Ralph for being a proud sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. Pardon me. And we all thank Darley as well for the sponsorship of the broadcast. She'll be back with us for the last half hour, the 8:30 half hour. So again, you know, weather really, you know, is what we are seeing here around the tri-state area, is what really is kind of ruling the roads per se. So let's do this. Let's go back to our enhanced radar and we'll check this out, and we'll see where we're at here this morning with our storms and showers. So this was about 5 minutes ago. So now it looks like, you know, Long Island is getting, you know, some steady rain, heavier showers. This looks like up towards the North Shore. Over to Glen Cove. And, you know, Westchester County, Mahwah seeing some moderate rain. Into the Yonkers area, also seeing some more moderate showers on Route Wayne, 287, Parsippany, all the way up through the Woodbury Commons area, the mall up there along the thruway, starting to see some more showers. But, you know, eastern Suffolk County has remained dry at this point. Same thing with Bridgeport, Milford, Orange, New Haven, Danbury. It's in Greenwich, Stamford, on up to Fairfield is a little soggy as well. You know, these are some very lighter showers, I should say. Let me switch over to the radar loop. We'll check that out in real time as well. Zoom in a little bit more. Can't can't go any further than that. So let's so you see it's kind of pushing northeast away from the area. You know, again, I'm not a meteorologist, but I'm thinking this here is going to maybe eventually slowly make its way through the day into later this afternoon, into this evening. So we could be in for another round of some ugly weather to deal here this morning. So again, fairly active pattern here into the eastern Midwest of the country, in towards the Northeast, especially upstate New York. You can see they're really getting hit hard here up in towards the Toronto area, Buffalo, Western Massachusetts, again, Southwestern Connecticut. So again, fairly active here this morning. And as I always say, traffic and weather always go together, and that's, you know, what we are seeing. So let's kind of run it down again. So 80 west of 61 is a crash, 21 north, again, 21 north of Belleville Turnpike. We've got 2 lanes shut there. 80 west of exit 12, Hope Blairstown Road. We've got a crash, and now another situation. What is this? 45. Emergency construction 45 north of Acton Station Road in Mannington Township. The shoulder is shut. Mannington Township. That's Gloucester County, Cumberland County, maybe? Yeah, Salem County, really. Okay. I'd be hard pressed to say that that's going to cause any kind of a delay, but give you the whole 9 yards here. Crash with injuries west of exit 12, and then 22 west, that crash in about by Weequahic Park in Newark. That is still being tended to. Let's go to the New York City incident list, shall we? No matching records. That's good news. Go to Long Island. Looks like we got a couple things popping up now. East on the LIE at 39. The shoulder is out. West on the Southern. The left shoulder is out at Eagle Ave. So let's go to the cameras there. Let's take a look at what we've got. Let's go to the LIE first. I think it's right in here. Yes, sir. Zoom in a little bit tighter. Here. Let's check this out now. Where are we? Where are we? Probably like under the. Oh, it's. I think it's out this section over here. So it's a bit of a tight ride. Just west into 39, and then out on the Southern here this morning. It's out by Eagle Avenue, which is going to be right here. Let's see. That's why this is just a mess into Eagle Avenue. Let's just close out of this. I thought that there was a camera to the west of this. And there it is. Well, my Long Island knowledge is slowly trickling back. So we got the left lane shut here. This is kind of on that, you know, just past Hempstead Lake as you head west, and then the road goes up and over Long Island Railroad. Don't ask me why they ever did that, but it's always a contention of traffic all the time because the sight lines are absolutely horrific. Getting through that location, going south sometimes is a bit of an issue as well, because you just don't know if anybody stopped here or coming around the corner, and then it's just like, okay, but it's a tough spot. So there goes the state police cruiser. I guess no one is injured because he's already left. So the car is under the shoulder. So I guess that's going to help out traffic, definitely, because the left lane is open. Be careful. Again, there's barely even a shoulder there. Honestly, they should just clear out all this brush and just forget all this and just, move, make it a larger breakdown lane, as my other friends from outside the area call it, the shoulder, a breakdown lane. I wonder if that's a regional thing, if it's actually called the breakdown lane or shoulders, whatever, but I've always known it as a shoulder, and it will be and continue to be the shoulder. Just like in New Jersey, it's Route 80, Route 78. Nobody calls it interstate. But I digress. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of the ATSC. I'll go back to the maps here this morning. Again, half of these delays that I'm seeing are all weather related, really. I mean, if the weather didn't come through when it did, it's, we certainly a heck of a lot better as far as the conditions are concerned. So now on the LIE, some late arrivers to the party here at Vets Highway going west, and then west on the southern state in towards the Farmingdale area, 135, 110. East is heavy out towards the Middlebrook and the Wantagh Parkway. And east on, Sunrise Highway into Hampton Bay, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton. We are looking at a sluggish ride. All right, so let's see what we're going to do here. 8:08 is our time, looking at 77 degrees here in central New Jersey. Let's do this. Let's go to our 9-box camera of the city, because that should give us a nice little snapshot of things. Let's see here. Let's see what we do. So there's that cloudy gray start on the Staten Island Expressway. Road. That is going to be a mess. Also, the West Shore Expressway at Bloomfield Avenue looks fairly dry. Same thing, Highland at Arden Avenue. So some of this rain may have just escaped Staten Island. Outer Bridge here out by Tyrellin Avenue, by the Toll Plaza, Highland Boulevard, Midland, Staten Island Expressway, Clove Road is fine, and West Shore Expressway, Frisk Hills Creek, Victory Boulevard, Jersey Street, and Staten Island Expressway, Richmond Avenue is busy. What else is new, right? Let's go to Brooklyn now. Oops. Trouble. What did I do? What is going on here? Holy cow. Oopsie. I don't know what that was. The belt here at Bay 8th is looking good by the Verrazano, surprisingly. The belt here west out by Flatbush, maybe a slight volume delay. Not even that. That's fine. The BQE off of the Gowanus is heavy. What else is new? It seems like every time I show you that camera, it's the same deal. Getting into the trench out by Sackett Street. This is the southbound side at Adams Street out by the Brooklyn Bridge. And the inbound BQE here coming up towards Atlantic Avenue is also going to be a bit heavy, as to be expected. This is from like last week. Same thing here on the Gowanus 37th. And this is the inbound side of the Prospect is a mess. You can just see an ugly start to the ride. Let's go to Manhattan, shall we? We'll start off here at the Idcotch Queensboro Bridge. See there. Yeah, that's about 10 minutes or so. 5th to 49th, 7th to 34th is fairly crowded. East side is jammed here out into the RFK. Getting all the way out to the upper 80s or so. FDR at 96th Street heading south. You can see just the wet conditions here this morning. Along the East River, FDR Drive at the Brooklyn Bridge. That actually doesn't look bad at all, really. It looks somewhat dry. So, again, sometimes you get these showers that come through, and, this was from Saturday at 2:50 in the afternoon. So, way behind there. This is at 96th Street, West Street at the Intrepid. Just kind of an ugly start. Let me go back to Brooklyn here for a second. I want to see. It doesn't have the times. I thought the Brooklyn cameras had the times, like the Manhattan cams. Let's go to the Bronx now. There we go. Let's see what we've got. Again, soggy start on the Bruckner at Castle Avenue. Southbound here at the Bronx River Parkway is heavy. BRP over by 174. That's a messy start. Maybe some breaks in the clouds here west on the Cross Bronx, the Bronx River Parkway. North at Willis is busy. So is the Cross Bronx here over by Webster Avenue, Clay Avenue. That's going west to the outbound side of the George. And it's just jammed there. Wondering if something happened getting closer towards Jerome Avenue, because then here it is here by the Major Deegan going west. That's kind of wide open. The eastbound is now hitting the brakes. Henry Hudson to 232 at 230th Street. That looks pretty good. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's go over here. I think there's something going on. Come on with this. Come on. nothing being reported, but I still think that there may be something right in this stretch here that may have just happened out by Jerome Avenue. That will be my professional guess. We'll go to Queens, and then we'll take a look at that camera out at Jerome. The Bells out in Jamaica by 158 is okay. This is from like 2 days ago. Grand Central at 188th Street. It's a little bit busy in either direction there. Jackie Robinson, Forest Park Drive is fine. Midtown Tunnel is about 20 minutes. The one, the Queens Boulevard, that is, who knows when that's from. Same thing on this camera over here to the LIE at the BQE. Van Wyck, the Grand Central. I have to change that camera out. That's not really the greatest camera in the world. It's underneath the overpass, but the Van Wyck at Hillside Avenue is, again, a mess. And then the Whitestone Expressway is fairly busy here at 14th Avenue. That's north on the far left. Now it's a little bit tough to see. So let's go back to our city list here. And we want to go to, let's see where we're at. 8:13 is our time. We're going to take another check of your forecast here momentarily. Right in here is where I want to go. That's going east. This is going west. So yeah, I was right. There was a crash right here onto the, whatever you want to call this here, by the exit ramp. Car looks like it got rear-ended, hit from behind. So let's close out of that. And I think there's another camera here, but I think there may be, whoa. So that could get a little more delayed, per se, into Jerome Avenue whenever police decide to get to the scene. As you can see here, that westbound side is busy because of that crash. So I knew something had to be going on there, just in the way the traffic patterns were kind of setting up there this morning. Excuse me. Big sneeze. Whew. Oh, goodness. Fillings were going to come out of my teeth. All right. So we know that there is definitely something going on there. And a lot of this delay here in the Bronx is, a lot of it is just weather related. Speaking of that, let's go to the forecast center. Mr. John Aracco, we thank him so much for the weather reports. Johnny is studying for a math test today. So good luck, John, on that test on this Monday morning. As you can see, storms, showers, really mostly cloudy here. Just an ugly start to the morning ride. Our temps are for the most part, as we approach up towards the mid to upper 70s here in New Jersey. Almost 80 degrees there in Cape May. Or towards the 5 boroughs, getting closer towards the mid to upper 70s. Again, we'll be pretty much uniform in our temperatures across the board. Over towards the upper 70s as well out on Long Island. Same thing over towards Hudson Valley. Slightly cooler here, maybe lower to mid 70s or so to start things off. Let's go to Connecticut now. We will go to, lower 70s across the board, maybe a little warmer here along the South Shore, just because the humidity is cranked up with some of those that rain activity. So here's the forecast for today. Early morning storms, as we've been seeing. Then there's the potential, of course, some evening storms. Temperatures hovering just around 90 degrees. A little cooler out to the east end of Long Island and Connecticut, around 83 or so, 85 in Cape May. I'm going to say like west of the Parkway into the maybe lower 90s or so. So it's going to be a steamy, ugly start to today. Again, evening storms for later on this afternoon into this evening. Tuesday, Wednesday, things are going to be fine. And Thursday, a slight storm chance here today. But and then Friday seems to be in pretty good order as well. So again, it's just that summertime pattern. After today, the sky will clear out and have lots of sun for the next couple of days. Temperatures are going to jump in towards, mid 90s. That'll be in your 7-day weather forecast coming up at 7:45. So, for the most part, it is, our typical summertime pattern with hot weather. And when you think of hot weather, right, you think of the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, correct? and Ralph over there in beautiful historic Cranford, New Jersey. Here's a shot of the Vanilla Bean Creamery, located on 22 North Avenue West. Let me take off there. 22 North Avenue West, again in historic Cranford, New Jersey. You can go to his website. That would be CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com. Also follow him on Instagram and Facebook. He's very active on both locales. And, Ralph makes just some of the best ice cream around. You can see the delicious Cookie Monster M&M Explosion. Coffee has the core 3, as he calls it, a starting rotation, at least his 3 starters there. Being a big baseball fan, big Mets fan. That's right. We're going to check to see if the Mets won yesterday. If anybody knows, please post that in the comments. We'll check that in a moment. But, vanilla chocolate strawberry, always crowd favorites. Also, that cotton candy could really be his 4th, 5th starter out of the bullpen. Lots of cotton candy, very, very popular flavor. The cotton candy is extremely popular, especially with the kids. I see a lot of the cones, the tops on the cones, the pink tops, as you're making your way down North Avenue. Out to the clock to enjoy some great ice cream. He also makes these amazing ice cream sandwiches, as well as the flying saucers, the pillowy soft vanilla ice cream with the rainbow sprinkles, or you can have it without the rainbow sprinkles. Just absolutely delicious stuff. He also makes these amazing ice cream cakes. Really classic ice cream cakes, vanilla chocolate with the chocolate crunchies in the center. Has all different sizes, can feed, between 4 and 8 people, all the way up to like 40 people with large sheet cakes. You certainly have just, give him some extra time there to go ahead and make one of the larger cakes. But here's another picture of the inside of the shop. There's the sandwich boards up. He has the peach mango sorbet. He also has toasted coconut, peanut butter. That mango sorbet is awesome. Same thing with the lemon and the blood orange. It's very refreshing, dairy-free for those who may have some issues with ice cream. So that is just another crowd favorite. The Dole Whip, the Pineapple Whip, as well as the Raspberry Whip also are going to be delicious stuff. And he also makes these wonderful cupcakes with the vanilla ice cream and the vanilla cake. So head out to the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, again, 22 North Avenue West in beautiful Cranford, New Jersey. 908-272-3000 is the phone number. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com is the website to head to. And get out and enjoy some amazing ice cream from my good friend, Ralph. All righty, then. Let's do this, shall we? Head back to our maps, and we'll talk to you about the action we have here going on at 8:21 now this morning. Fairly nice crowd joining us here on a soggy start for the most part. For most of our friends, it's really North Jersey, Rockland, Westchester, the city, the Bronx is really the ones that got hit hard with the early morning showers. Once you go down into South Jersey here, south of the Driscoll Bridge, you really didn't see anything as far as any precip is concerned. These little bit of delays here heading north to just some stragglers coming in from the weekend down the shore through Toms River on in towards the, up to the Brick area, in with some mixing with some volume there for the morning rush hour. 55-42 in Deptford, still fairly busy, but 295 is looking good. Lower East River Crossings. Wow. Dialed out. Lower Delaware River crossings are moving fine. That sneeze really threw me off. I don't know. Something in the air or what the story is. Had one over the weekend. Boy, really literally almost knocked the wind out of me. 29 heading up into the Trenton Tunnel is slightly busy. Nothing terrible to write home about. Route 1, typical delays through South Brunswick out to Raymond Road with some traffic light delays. 202 Flemington all the way out towards Frenchtown is good. So is Route 12. 31 into Flemington is clear. 78 Clinton Lebanon. 22 we are fine. As you make your way over to 206 in Chester, looks pretty good. Here's that crash still being worked on west on 80 this morning. As you get out towards exit 12 or just east of that location. Let's go back to the Jersey incident list. Let's see if that is still active. I think it is. All right, so here we go. Starting to light up now. Oh boy. Let's see. Yeah. So 2 lanes are shut here still. That was about almost an hour ago, that last update. 7:54 was the last update here in Elmwood Park. Right lane is shut east of exit 61. 22 west of Weequahic Park in Newark. Again, in Newark is still out there. So now this westbound 80 collision is looking at hazmat spill involved in that as well. So I'm thinking that probably involved a tractor trailer with the diesel fuel. So now down pole on Route 4 east of Jones Road, then 80, the eastbound ramp to 25 is has a crash there. Another crash on the Parkway heading south by 138 in Kenilworth. Let's go here to the closure of Route 4. Check that out. Now, for the longest time, there was a camera here at Jones. Not really showing as much. Not really showing us much. So that's eastbound. That's going right to left. So yeah, that's not doing us any good here. This camera work at Route 495. Oh wow, look at that. New camera. Oh nice. Okay. So let's go here. Let me see if there's a camera on 80 25. I feel like there is. Cars aren't going that fast. The camera's looking fast forward. So I don't see anything there. Okay. I think the 80 in Blairstown. Okay, so it's just a hazmat. It's a hazmat spill now. Probably the crash is being cleared, it looks like. But again, we're still dealing with some delays there. 80 hitting east is still fairly busy from about 28 on into 30, then more traffic out to 35, and then further east of that to Parsippany is busy. Going west here at 280 is a solid ride this morning. Again, just North Jersey really getting hit hard here. Both ways at 208 up through Franklin Lakes. 287 in Oakland is a fairly sluggish ride. 17 is good until you get to Essex Street, and Lodi is fairly busy. Here's the westbound side of 4 again is closed out by Jones Road this morning, out by Broad Avenue. So be careful there, especially if you're coming off of the Fort Lee area by the George Washington Bridge. So that's definitely a tough spot coming around that left-hand corner. Camera didn't really show us much there. 8:26 is our time. 80 looks pretty good. We still have this crash being reported here by Route 20 and Madison Avenue. And, I didn't see if we can. Maybe they move the camera here or something. I feel like we should be able to see something with one of these cameras here at Madison. Is that it there? Or no, lights just went out. So that's here at Route 20. That's heading west. Just some volume here. Boy, it's really ugly out there in Patterson with those dark clouds. Oof. It's probably raining fairly substantially here. Wow, that's an interesting picture here. Huh. Okay. Really would be in this area here just west of the Parkway, and that seems to be flowing fairly nicely. I'm thinking that maybe that crash on 80 here in Elmwood Park is now pushed off the shoulder or gone, because they really don't see much in the way of any kind of traffic. Let's just see if the Jones Road camera is going to pick up anything here this morning. I don't think it will, because I think it's just between the trees, basically. Yeah, we're not really seeing much there. Let's go to the maps. 21 up to 20 is fairly busy as well. Route 3, 46 going east here at the 3 interchange is also going to be a mess. And then north on the Parkway is fairly busy from 78, 142 all the way up to about exit 151 or so. And then as we continue on towards the eastern spur of the Turnpike is fairly crowded as well. As we get up in towards 15E on up towards the eastern spur of the Turnpike. West on 22, still dealing with the crash here up by Wequahic Park. South along the Parkway is busy out of 142 through the long-term construction, and still some delays up into Cranford, but that's beginning to thin itself out fairly nicely. 8:28 now is our time. Let's go to the Hudson River crossings. We'll give you the numbers there. Where are we? There we go. Let's bring this up this morning. We'll say about 20 at the George, 15 or so at the Lincoln, 15 at the Holland. Let's run down transit now as we come up for another reset of things here at 8:30. We have this AC rail line up to 30-minute delays there because of signal issues near Philly. And then the light rail, 721 departure at Penn, was canceled because of operator availability. Let's go to the path lines. See what we have here. Hopefully this will work. There we go. Journal Square to 33rd. Hoboken World Trade, Newark World Trade resuming normal service. Earlier signal issues have been resolved, so that's good news. Let's go to the MTA now. We'll check out the situation here, and wow, lighten up the board here like a Christmas tree. Southbound 1 trains running with delays. Remove that train from service. The door problem at Dykeman Street. Let's go to the 6 train. Emergency trains in front, unauthorized service on the tracks at Morrison Avenue in Soundview. That's in the Bronx. Let's go to the M train, Forest Hill, 71st Avenue, bound M. Broad Street bound J trains are delayed while our crews troubleshoot a signal malfunction, Delancey Street, Essex Street. That's also going to be the J train as well. Let's go to the R line. Northbound RW running with delays after we remove the train with the door problem out at Court Street. And Staten Island Railway, Great Hill, St. George, 751, 801, St. George, Tottenville is non-operational. Metro North is good. We still have some delays in the Montauk branch. 539 from Montauk through into Long Island City at 844 is 36 minutes late through Hampton Bays due to broken down eastbound train in single track territory. 7:30 train from Ronkonkoma due in Greenport 854 is operating 13 minutes late at Ronkonkoma due to a late arriving connection. So some delays there here on a Monday morning, but those are probably just really affecting our customers on North and South Fork trying to make their way back into Manhattan or back into the 5 boroughs there for the Monday morning deal. All right. Thanks so much for joining us here. I have a fairly nice crowd here joining us on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Remember, we are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch here this morning. Post up a comments. Comments section is open. So definitely we'd love to hear from you where you are watching us from. Let us know about your morning commute. We are sponsored this half hour by Travels with Darley, and Darley Newman is the proprietor, owner of Travels with Darley, also the host. Her and her team travel the world. So either you don't have to, or eventually, if you do have to or would like to, she tells you some of the best places around to go ahead and enjoy for your vacation. You can find more information at darley-newman.com. So check out her website. Also check her out on Facebook and Instagram. As again, she is very active on both platforms. Let me see. Do I have Darley's? I do have Darley's Twitter page, Instagram. And, let's see where she is now. So let's click on this. No, we don't want to log in. So there she is in France, and I think this is on. Oh, can't click on that. Sorry about that. So she's in France on a river cruise. So interesting. Made her way from Santa Fe, New Mexico, all the way to somewhere in France. I'm not exactly sure, but Fun stuff. Let's go to Twitter because I think maybe I can. I'm still signed into Twitter here. I am. Let's just see. Let's see if she tells us where in France she is. Culinary welcome to France with cheese. Uniworld Cruises. Taking a river cruise. So now she's doing a river cruising. So there she is from Santa Fe to Bordeaux, France. Ooh, very, very chic and fancy, right? Bordeaux, France. Follow the adventures this week as we cruise with Uniworld Cruises and watch our first impromptu sunset live at Instagram. So I wonder when that was. Interesting. She is with her drink in her hand, and she's all ready to go on her river cruise. So that should be should be a fun show there. So definitely, again, follow her on Instagram and as well as Twitter, and just seeing what's happening. The opening championship, Rory McIlroy is definitely disappointed in the ending of the Open Championship there, as Cameron Smith from Australia came back and ended up beating him here in the final couple of holes. So interesting. And that course is absolutely nuts. It's just like there's so much undulation in the greens, and even before that, it almost looks like a miniature golf course. I hate to say it. Granted, it's on the old course of St. Andrews. That's where golf got started, but it almost feels like, because it was so dry, you could almost use like just a driver and a putter and just kind of let the ball roll up and down the hills. But anyway, so 8:34 is the time. Let's go back to New Jersey, because New Jersey seems to be getting hit hard here this morning, and not quite sure why. Now we've got crash and a fuel spill on 80, the eastbound ramp to 25. 2 right lanes are shut, which I'm assuming that is meaning the entire ramp is shut. But let's check that out in real time. We were just out here just moments ago, so I'm thinking that maybe they've moved the camera around, which they have not. So in here somewhere for Route 206 in Mount Olive. Parkway here this morning. Let's go to the tower camera. Let's see if we see anything here. I believe it's this one. There it is. Ooh. All right, so let's go to we'll come back to that in a moment. North on the northern mixing bowl in Ridgefield, all lanes are open. Tire debris is in the left lane, so you want to look for that. Let's go to the Turnpike and Parkway. Let's go to the Turnpike Authority. We'll go to the Parkway cameras. I think it's just a better view of it from the tower. And again, we're zoomed in as much as we can. So now we've got the 2 left lanes out of service. Looks like that Jeep had the driver's side front tire possibly blow out or so. But it's amazing how this northbound side, why does everybody have to stop to look at that? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. There's no need for anybody to stop and look at this. It's not affecting you in any capacity. Just, curiosity got the cat, or whatever you want to call it. That's just stupidity. Just keep moving. Just keep moving as you come out of there. What are you going to do just because you're looking at it? I mean, is some idiot there with a phone going to post that to Instagram? I mean, okay, so the car has a flat tire, hopefully they're okay. But I mean, this is stupid. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. There's no reason to hit traffic coming out of the toll plaza for absolutely no reason at all. Again, here it is, the toll plaza. So far, so good. But, if you're in those left lanes or whatever of the toll plaza, that's what you're going to run into. These morons deciding to slow down to look at this thing on the other side of the road, which doesn't affect them at all just because you see a police car. Unbelievable. Just sheer stupidity of people when they drive. It just makes no sense to me. This is the infuriating part of what gets people on the roads, is when you're either running late or running a few minutes behind or trying to make up some time, and then you get hit with this for something that it's got nothing to do with you. I can see southbound. Yeah, you want to slow down and get out of the way, but going north, come on, wake up. My goodness. I mean, just keep it moving. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing to see. I mean, other than a state police cruiser. I mean, you know, unbelievable. Just shake your head and you just go, what are we doing? What are we doing? I mean, again, hopefully everyone's okay as far as the driver of this is concerned, because that can certainly be disconcerting. And all of a sudden one of your tires just completely blows out. But now, again, not sure whether this BMW, probably X5 or so, or X6 coupe, that's what it looks like to me. Maybe, I don't know whether that was involved in this. It seems like it's too far away. But, you know, northbounders, just keep going. Just keep going. I've always said that they should have had, like, in the Jersey median here. Actually, this camera, okay. So in the Jersey median right here, you know, if there was an accident, that state police could just activate a button and then a huge wall would just come up, you know, about a 10-foot wall just pop up out of the Jersey barrier. So it just is you can't see anything anyway. Okay, maybe you see the wall, but that's about it. Now, whether people are too stupid to go ahead and stop because there's you know, a wall there, but I always thought that would have been an interesting invention, you know. Just start the wall from here to here and automatically just comes up out of the Jersey barrier about 6 feet, 8 feet or whatever, just out of the sight line of somebody going in the opposite direction. So there's no need to look at that. Come on. What are we doing? Oh, goodness. It's just mind blowing why people do things. It makes no sense whatsoever. You know, I mean, it's slightly sluggish getting into Irvington, but there's no reason to stop coming out of the toll plaza. I continue my rant here at 8:39. It's tough enough driving around the tri-state to begin with, let alone coming into just mass stupidity. But all right, so this whole FDR situation is just absolutely nasty. Go to the New York City incident page. Let's see if they are okay. It's got to be something on the FDR drive. Okay, so this is the westbound side of the Cross Bronx, which I showed you before they even had it. You know, I've been doing this a long time. I know what I'm doing, and I know exactly what that situation was. There was definitely something going on before Jerome Avenue, because you can just tell. It just, you know, it's like going to a good doctor when they, you know, you go in there and you're trying to find something or whatever, you got an issue, whatever the case is, and they just look at you and go, you're fine. You're fine. Just stop. Don't even think twice about it. You're good. You're all good. This is heading south on the drive here, 111. It's just absolute chaos here. Out to 90th Street. Still a ton of traffic there going south. Let's bring it down to 79th Street. Okay. That hit the brakes. I had to take a guess, or maybe something heading. This is by 73rd. I had to take a. Oh, no. Back here. I had to take a guess. There's something going on here going south. The northbound side, again, north is really crowded up to 79th, but it'd be nice if the camera would move over instead of looking down at a missing manhole cover here off the drive. But, yeah, so the east side is just, oof, So that northbound side is just absolutely drilled, getting into the Ed Koch. Oof, that's a lot of traffic, friends. Lots and lots of traffic all over the place. Wow. So avoid the east side, to say the least. The west side really isn't any better, heading south of the George Washington Bridge, getting into Manhattan. But you can see what the drive is doing to the traffic here on the westbound Grand Central to the RFK Triborough. It's just, I mean, just an absolute parking lot. The Midtown Tunnel is probably closer to the half-hour mark. BQE is heavy from the Kosciuszko all the way down to the Brooklyn Bridge. Same thing conversely on the other end of it through Industry City on the Gowanus on up in towards the BQE. The belt is now beginning, just beginning to hit the brakes both ways here out by Cropsey Avenue, but through Flatbush all the way into Queens, that's fine. Staten Island, a little crowded here. We're going east of the West Shore out to 440. North, a little heavy here at Arden Avenue, but really that's about it. Let's jump out to Queens now with the Van Wyck both ways, and the Hillside is heavy. West on the belt is heavy here at the Van Wyck, and then north on the Cross Island is fairly busy as you get up in towards Hempstead Turnpike on over to the Grand Central. Both ways the Grand Central is crowded out by 188. And then east on the LIE is heavy out to the Clearview into the Cross Island. West is pretty busy as you make your way in towards, the fairgrounds. But what else is new there? Whitestone Expressway to the bridge is busy. So is the Throgs Neck here and Whitestone into Queens. Again, westbound Cross Bronx because of the issue here out at Webster and Jerome. Let's see here. Right in here. There. No, that's at Nelson. Opposite way. It was McCombs Road. No. All right. I'm thinking police have obviously not gotten on the scene yet here. I believe it's still this crash here on the very far right, heading on to the exit ramp per se. But this is new. Okay, so it wasn't that situation there. This is something brand new. That's a fairly substantial wreck. So hopefully everyone is okay with just the far right lane squeezing by going west here. Right in this area, just past Webster Avenue. So again, hopefully everyone is okay, but seems like there's quite a bit of activity there west on the expressway, and that's why here at Clay Avenue West is just an absolute parking lot. Why is there two I don't understand why they put two cameras in the exact same spot and it's the exact same camera. Okay. Same thing. Obviously it involved these two vehicles here. Fire department, pretty big presence here with the FDNY on scene. So not quite sure. I'm assuming or thinking that one of the vehicles actually caught fire. So again, hopefully everybody is okay, but really hitting that traffic all the way back to the Bruckner interchange. And this is the some of this is residual traffic on the Bruckner getting out to the Bronx River Parkway, and then more traffic onto the Deacon here at Willis Avenue. So everyone's trying to avoid that big time mess. So the city and Hudson Valley it's just all over the place. Long Island pretty busy on the southern both ways into the Meadowbrook and the Wantagh. West on the LIE is fairly busy at 135. Then again into the northern state, and then west on the northern state is also a bit of a busy ride getting out to the Wantagh Parkway, and then some more late arrivers to the party here, what it's called that. West on the LIE is heavy out through just about Vets Highway. I'll take a look at Connecticut now because we're coming up on the weather here at 8:46. Just want to jump here first before we'll do Hudson Valley after the break. Just delays 18 through 3 and then 46:35 on the Merritt. So all right, so let's go to the Weather Center and Mr. John Rocco's forecast. Again, as we've been seeing, if you've been with us here for the last hour and 30 minutes, we are looking at some, showers, just the timing of all this with the showers coming through the area are definitely a mess, really screwing traffic up pretty big across our area. So again, we know what we're dealing with the showers, temperatures, just a sticky, humid feel, just ugly out there as far as our temperatures are concerned, into the mid to upper 70s, pretty much all across the board, from Cape May through Atlantic City all the way up to Newton. Same thing here into the mid to upper 70s through the 5 boroughs. So temperature gradient is fairly slim margins there as we make our way out to Long Island into the mid 70s. So, yeah, we're kind of dealing with pretty much uniform temperatures across the board. Same thing in towards the Hudson Valley, maybe slightly cooler into the lower 70s or so. And some of that maybe rain cooled temperatures with some of the showers that have come through already. Same thing in Western Connecticut. Let's go to the forecast. So today is going to be a fairly warm day again. Once we get rid of this kind of morning sickness, that'll be out of the way for us. And then things are going to start to heat up just a bit as we may see some sunshine kind of peeking through the clouds. But temperature is going to get towards the upper 80s to lower 90s across the board this morning. So again, it's going to be a fairly warm day, humid day, which also is the fuel for the fire, if you want to call it that, for some evening storms to pop up later on this afternoon into early evening. And then Tuesday, Wednesday look pretty good. Slight storm chance on a Thursday, and then Friday also is going to be moving well. Well, I hope it is as far as our weather is concerned. Here's the exclusive 7-day weather forecast from Mr. John Rocco. Today, about 89. Again, now we're starting the beginnings of our heat wave. 95 for Tuesday, 96 on Wednesday, almost 97. It's going to feel like into the lower 100s on Thursday. Friday, 93, 95. Again, our slight storm chance on Thursday. As these temperatures get hotter, sometimes the storm chance kind of diminishes. And I think some of that has to do with, just the drying of the air because it's so hot with the humidity. 93 on Friday, 95 on Saturday, and 92 on Sunday. So we're definitely in the makings of a heat wave. If these temperatures stand up, which I'm almost positive, as Johnny had said, that is the case here. Again, we'll have lots of some of those temperatures again into the 90s. Hottest day will certainly be on Thursday into the upper 90s, and humid conditions leading to a heat index of at least 100 to 105. There's also that slight chance for a few late day storms. The heat will continue into the weekend as well. So all this heat with very little rain, certainly not helping the drought conditions. Although this morning, your front yard is probably going, whoa, what is this? This is water? Where's that coming from? We're certainly in not a complete dire situation like our friends out in the West, but we are in, I would say getting close to drought conditions here, so maybe just conserve a little bit of water if you can, just play your parts in all of this, right? But we need more of these heavier showers to really dump a lot of rain. The lawns and everything are really looking quite ugly. What's not looking ugly, what's looking good is Travels with Darley. Darley always looks good on our program, always a stylish dresser, and always has those fun hats. Always said that Darley should show us her hat collection somewhere. She has an extensive array of hats that she wears on her show. I don't know, just something I picked up. So Travels with Darley, you can watch her on PBS Crate, Amazon Prime, Wondrum, and Ovation TV's Journey. Head to our website, darley-newman.com, for more information on Travels with Darley. If you are unfamiliar with Darley's program, let's give you a little sample here of what you can expect from Darley. Fact is, she is in France as we speak. So I'm going to show you a little clip of her last visit to France. And again, you'll understand what I'm talking about when I come back from the clip, as far as getting that local flavor of what the local cities have to offer.
Hi, I'm Darley Newman, exploring one of the many storybook villages here in the Alsace region of France. Famous for its wine, Christmas cookies, and delectable cuisine, I'm exploring Alsace's quaint villages with locals as the guides.
So welcome to Egisheim, which is one of the cutest Alsatian villages and the oldest. Most of the houses date of the 16th century.
Heidi, it's like a little storybook village here.
Yes, it looks like the time stopped. But this is really real stuff, huh? We're not in Disney World.
From historic architecture to celebrated cuisine, hot wine and pretzels.
And here we say bretzel, not pretzel. A monks invented it in the 9th century. It's supposed to be one of the stinkiest French cheese. And it's different in this day. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
Merci. including in Alsace's capital city of Strasbourg, where flavors meld together that may surprise you.
We call our pizza Flammkuchen. And we don't put tomatoes on the pizza. We put cream, we put onions, we put bacon, and sometimes we put our typical cheese, which is a Münsterkäse, Münster cheese.
That's good.
This is the typical Alsatian cake. The name is Kugelhopfer with H.
I like that.
Good, huh?
As Travels with Darlie takes a river cruise along the Rhine River in France and Germany.
This is the life, I'm telling you. Walking through a medieval village, eating some quiche Lorraine, and just enjoying Alsace. Great, now we just need some wine to go with this.
So there you go, friends. A little sample of Travels with Darlie again in France there. And that's where she is now. I'm wondering if she's doing a kind of a 10-year retrospect of her first season, maybe kind of revisiting certain areas that she was there 10 years ago. But anyway, you can watch her on PBS Create, Wonderum, Ovation TV's Journey, and also on Amazon Prime. So she is Miss Worldwide. She's all over the place, right? So definitely check her program out. Again, Travels with Darlie. Also follow her on Instagram, Twitter, very active on those social media platforms, as well as onto Facebook. The Travels with Darlie program has its own Facebook page. Definitely follow, subscribe, like, do all of that fun stuff. She's been just beginning to do some Facebook Lives. She did one last week from Santa Fe, and I'm thinking she may do another one here from France, maybe on the river cruise, which would be kind of cool. But definitely follow her page on Facebook. She'll let you know when those go those go live, and it's very interactive. She'll take your questions, and even if you're just saying hello and where you're coming in from, definitely is very interactive in that aspect of things. So definitely check that out for any kind of questions, possibly on the river cruise. Well, we'll see what her next Facebook Live will be. So again, we thank Darlie for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so let's go back to our computer screen. We'll just check out again. These are about an hour old. You know, let me just refresh here. Let's just see if we get the 8 o'clock update here this morning. Nothing been reported, but I mean, it didn't update so far, but into the upper 70s across the board, you know, for Long Island, Kennedy Airport, thunderstorm in the vicinity. Again, I think that's, again, this is an hour old. Let's just hold off on that for right now. Because I want to give you the freshest numbers and the freshest update there. Okay, so now we've got bigger situation here. It just the hits just keep coming, unfortunately. So we have a full closure of westbound 4 at Jones Road, or just east of Jones Road. All lanes are shut there with a down utility pole. We've got south on the Parkway now with those 2 left lanes shut with that accident that I've been ranting about while you're slowing down going north. 287 now, a southbound crash at 52 in Kinnelon, left lane out. Upper level westbound on the ramp to Route 4 is shut because of the Route 4 crash. So look for that. And then a fuel spill east of eastbound exit 27 now. So they moved that crash from 25 out through 27. But let's go there. Now we're saying the Route 80 is shut. It just keeps getting worse as we go through this area. So first they were saying it was over here at 25, and I had a feeling that they were in the wrong spot because there was just nothing there. So there's the ramp closure. Let's just expand on this. I'm going to say word blow up. And so let's just see. So that's on the ramp to here. Well, it's going to be right here. It's not really 80 is shut. It's really the ramp is shut. This is exit 28. Yep, there it is. Let's so where's that traffic being diverted off to? Let's do this here. Let's get onto that ramp, shall we? So wait a minute now. We got to figure this out. Let's go back to that camera. This isn't Route 80, is it? No. I thought Route 80 is at least 3 lanes to that area. Let's see. 28 in Roxbury. This is a 2021, so the camera should show. Where are you, little camera? Okay, so here's this ramp. That's why it's difficult. That's why that's the reason why you come to the Tri-State Traffic Show, friends, because this can be, disconcerting to figure out, because, the DOTs, they talk in, in language that it's, conducive to what they're talking about. So it wasn't so much Route 80 was shut. It's really the ramp from 80 at 28 is closed. So it just depends on how they word it in their verbiage here. So now, so it's 206 really is what it's closed. It's not 80, it's 206, which would make sense. That's what I thought we were looking at was 206. It wasn't Route 80. Let's do this. I'm a little lost here as where they're talking about. So 206 is over here. Okay, so I don't know what this one's really perplexing now. Okay, so all right, so let's reset here. So this is 80 at 183, 206. All right, so I was in the wrong spot to begin with, but that's because they said it was at 28 to begin with. So somebody entered that data into the systems. All systems go. So it's way out here. Let's see, 206 South Somerville. It's amazing that they're putting up the signs for the Somerville. The camera, well, let's see. Where are they diverting traffic off to, though, is where I'm a little lost. Figure out for the life of me where this is. Is it right in here? I think so. Let's see. Forensic traffic, right? So we see 2 lanes here, the zebra stripes, and then going off to the right. So 2 lanes here, zebra stripes off to the right. Okay, so here on 206, so they're pushing everybody back onto Route 80? Really? Wait a minute now. What's going on? What are we doing? What is this? Where are we? All right, so 206 is shut. So now they're putting off everybody back onto Route 80 going east. So it's really coming from 206. It's got nothing to do with Route 80. So if you're heading south along 206, you're going to be forced onto Route 80. Okay, so that makes more logical sense here. Let's unpack this here now. All right, so this is 206. This is the ramp to, okay, so it looks like you're being forced onto Route 80 going east this morning. Camera's fairly like right on top of it. So it's got to be, yeah, it's got to be right in, yeah. Got to be just because that camera's got to be on this overpass, which I imagine we will see, which is right there. That's exactly what it is. There she is. There she is, Jim. There's the camera. See, that's how you tell a traffic camera is these little dads up there. But so yes, that's exactly what it is. So you're being forced over to Route 80. Let's see if they put that up. So I don't know what I mean. Hopefully everyone's all right in that crash, but that's really no place for anywhere to anybody to go. So here it is, south of 206 south of Route 80 in Roxbury. That is perfect verbiage for what that is. Let's go to blah 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 blah. Let's go to the Route 4 situation now. And I know we're hitting Jersey pretty hard here this morning, but it's just been getting just drilled. Let's see if they move this camera off of 95. Why wouldn't they move it off of 95 to show Route 4 is beyond me. Now, unless there's another camera that they have there along Route 4, which I don't believe there is, why wouldn't they just move this camera to look north or really east? Just turn the camera around just a little bit because this camera at Jones Road, you can't see a thing. Well, this is, well, no, this is out by Jones Road. That's where we're being forced off of at. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, where am I going? That's not what I want to do. All right, we'll come back to that. So that's the Roxbury crash. So we got to go here. We got to come off of this. So it's really 206 is you got to be careful now. That's why things are being tied up here. I wouldn't be surprised that they shut down the ramp here. That's what they should do is shut down. That's probably why this is heavy, because now that ramp to southbound 206 is shut. Yeah. That would be what it is. What's going on here? So you can come off of eastbound 80. Come up to, why do I always put you in the wrong direction is beyond me. Come on now. So this is like going on to 206 going north. Come through this intersection here. Then you're trying to get on to 206 north, which you can actually get back. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Come on to 206 north, and then you can get on to 80 going east. Is that correct? Is that right? Let's see. Oops. Yeah. So that's the situation here. So basically I mean, if you did get off here, you could still come. That's why this is heavy here, because then everyone's going to continue heading east, or, you know, they're going to try to go north to try to turn around or something. I'm not even sure what you can do there. And also the westbound side. I'm surprised that DOT hasn't shut down the ramp here and the ramp here to stop traffic from getting on to southbound 206. Because if you're coming off of westbound 80 and looking to go to 206, you're really just gonna be forced back onto 80 going east. Then after that, you got nowhere to go. So, well, we'll see how that plays out. Now 42 at Black Horse Pike in Gloucester Township. We've got the right lane shut there with another collision being reported there. South of 52, Route 23. I know there's a camera there, so let's check that out in real time. See what we're up against. I think it's too far north for the camera. Too far south, actually. And two cameras located on the same thing. Interesting. Let's see what we got. So we'll come off of this. So New Jersey is just completely lighting up all over the place here this morning. There's just stuff everywhere. I want to go back to this 206 problem. I want to just zero in on this for a second. Again, let's just see if now it looks like we're starting to see some more rain now falling here. So that's going to slow things up slightly. Okay, so it's still shut as we do see it. Going into a little overtime here this morning. 9:08 is our time. You're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show. Thank you so much for joining us as, again, the city, New Jersey is just absolutely going downhill fairly quickly. Again, we certainly haven't had much rain at all in the last like two weeks or so. So, there's still a lot of oil out there on the roads and things like that, and a little bit of moisture, and bam, you hit the brakes and you're starting to slide all over the place. So, slow it down. There's no reason to be going whatever. Just take it easy. South Jersey, for the most part, is fine. 55, 42 looks good. Out to Cape May, Atlantic City, Route 9 through 47, 47. We're also going to be in great shape here this morning. Parkway across the Driscoll Bridge is good. Let's go to that Parkway camera here this morning at the tower. See what that crash is still doing to our traffic situation coming out of Irvington campers. So the two left lanes are shut with this collision. So it actually did involve this BMW X5, that SUV, along with the Jeep. So the two of them must have gotten tangled up in a little mess there. So that's still active situation. Let's take a look at Lower Westchester now, since we're right in this area. Again, this is all weather related. South on the thruway is fairly substantial here at the Palisades. East on 287 is busy into White Plains. Same thing. Whoa, what are we doing there? The Hutch, seeing a lot of volume here this morning as you get out towards North Avenue into Weaver Street. Again, all weather related. And speaking of that, let's bring up this incident page. I want to check in with the weather component. So 94 by 206 in Newton, shoulder is out. 206 both ways, Woodside Avenue, Newton, right shoulder is closed there, so look for that. Nothing in the city, in the Hudson Valley, in Long Island, Connecticut seems to be fine. Let's go to the incident pages here. Let's go to New York. It's Taconic, Mount Pleasant, right and center lanes blocked there by Pleasantville Road. Turn truck on 208. Eastbound, shoulder out of service there. Where am I going? What am I doing here? There's a Conic at Pleasantville. Let's go to the cameras here for Westchester. I think there is a camera there on the Taconic. Still thinking old school, where the Taconic Parkway didn't have any kind of cameras. Are we? See. I don't see anything per se. Let's see. It would have to be right in here. I think it's just a little bit past that. Heading north. Is that north? Oh, south at exit 6. Okay. Bit of a minor backup through that location, so look for that. It's just an ugly start here on the Taconic. Just whoa, wow, that's the odd looking shot there. Okay. Is there an incident on Layden Rock Road? Something happened there in Connecticut that we need to be aware about. Let's see. Okay. So north between 6 and 7, and then vehicle fire south 51 to 47. They just happened there. So let's go here to the cameras. Let's go first to the Stamford issue, because that's the first one that's going to pop up here this morning. 6 and 7. Of course, it's right in between where there's no cameras. Okay, so we know that's a bit of an issue there. We're going to go up to 51. So go to page 4. Here. Exit 32, 51. That's page 5. Page 6. There. Oh, this computer. Stop it. Stop it. It's right here. That brings up a better picture. They had the streaming video. So there it is. The two left lanes are shut here to 51 with that vehicle fire over by Frontage Road, East Haven. So that's going to be way, way up here. Up here just before the Q Bridge. Look for that. And then the Merritt is seeing a lot of traffic, 41 down to 38 or so because of just volume. But there's that northbound delay straight back into Westchester County in between 6 and 7 with that crash being cleared heading north. So just a lot of volume coming off of the NET onto 95 traversing northbound here this morning. So that's our issue there with that vehicle fire. Okay, so let's just go back to the maps. And I'm so afraid to keep going into the maps here. Check out the city crash here one last time, because I think that's where we're going to kind of wrap things up. This was on the Cross Bronx out by Jerome Avenue. And let's see here. Go there. It's right in here. No. Down through here. It was here in Walton Ave. Oh, that was that other situation. Weeks Ave. All right, so the two left lanes are open here this morning. So that's that is now out of the way for us. So traffic is going to take some time to finally alleviate. But just be careful out there here this morning. Let's give you a quick temperature check and what we're dealing with. So, mid to upper 70s across the board. EWR, 79, overcast, some light rain at Islip MacArthur. Kennedy coming in at 77. Somerville at 78, 75 there. Let's head to South Jersey and let's check out the deal here. PIA mostly cloudy at 83. Somerville 78. Doylestown at 78 as well. Allentown, Lehigh Valley at 75 with fog and or mist. Go to Connecticut now. Go to Bridgeport, thunderstorm, vicinity, light rain. 8:52 is the time. 76 degrees. Tweed, fog and mist at 79. Let's go to the Hudson Valley. check in there. Monticello at 69, light rain, heavy rain over in Orange County as we saw it moving north, again heading northbound. Stuart, some light rain at 73, and Poughkeepsie, heavy rain and fog with some mist conditions. The Cape May weather list. Fair and Wildwood at 80. So, you know, they're saying, well, what rain are we talking about here? Ocean City, fair skies. Dover, Delaware at 80 and a few clouds. So it's starting to warm up a little bit because of the clearer skies. Out to Montauk, 77, overcast with haze in East Hampton. Light rain in Shirley and Brookhaven. .com, back in the TV days, you know, has partnered up with them to bring us these cameras. So as long as they give credit here, we'll check out Wildwood. Let's just check out the boardwalk, see if this camera is working in real time. Boardwalk one I wanted to show you. Let's take a look-see. So yeah, you know, kind of just a hazy start, but we're dry here along the Wildwood Boardwalk, you know, courtesy of our friends at theshore.com. Check out their website. I think there's still like a real estate website of some type involved in that as well. But yeah, some sun peeking through the clouds here in Wildwood, New Jersey. Always love the boardwalk in Wildwood. It's just great. Take a look at Ocean City very quickly. City, whoops, go here. Oops, sorry. Let's bring the out by the arcade. Show you that, and got some sun peeking through the clouds there. So not a terrible day to be walking across the board. So maybe you know, definitely put the sunscreen on, but maybe not need to slather it on, right? Your sunscreen. Let's see if was it Ocean City? Yeah, it's Ocean City here. Okay, so we want to go back up here. Go to my other favorite camera in Sea Isle City. I love South Jersey. I love that whole section of Cape May County. Definitely seeing some sun peeking through those clouds, that fisheye lens out to the beach. Let's continue on now. Let's go towards that center kind of circle, but now looking at the beach itself. So you got a few people out there with enjoying the warm temperatures, getting in some early rays. We'll show you the cloudy, kind of misty conditions here in this section of Sea Isle City. This is always my favorite camera for the sunrise, but now looking south, there's the water tower. But shows the smell of the ocean. Nice. I'm a huge beach person, or even actually going in the ocean, but that is kind of fun. Let's go to Cape May very quickly. Wrap up. Got a pretty nice audience here watching us here this morning. So this is at Henry's, one of the local shops there. So not a bad start in Cape May, you know. Partly sunny, we'll call it. Kind of cool. Another picture of the other side of Henry's. Up towards the it's kind of cool if you know about the site or whatever, by the fish market, you can actually call it up on your phone. You can actually see yourself, but it takes like 25-30 seconds or so for that to come up. But yeah, all in all, not a terrible start here in Cape May. Camera go so the Atlantic City Boardwalk real quick. Check in there very, very briefly. Boardwalk cam. I think this is the one here in South Carolina. And the Hard Rock 100.7 WZXL. by the Hard Rock and Showboat Resorts. It's a cloudy start, but doesn't look like there's any rain or whatnot. So keep that in the back of your mind. So now, speaking of videos, my friends, we're about ready to end this broadcast here at the 9:22 mark here very shortly. So what I want to make you aware is make sure you come back to join us here on the YouTube channel, as we will be live. We'll be back with us here this morning, or actually later this evening, I should say. First of all, like and subscribe the channel if you can. It's certainly help us out here in the Traffic and Weather Center. But already at episode 50, we didn't even do anything for a 50th, celebration. Alexandra, Anna, any ideas what we could do? I should have had a ice cream cupcake from Ralph, right, to celebrate with a candle or something. 50 episodes already, right? Where did that go? Cow. So, episode 50. Join us for our 50th show, right? So I guess congratulations to us. I don't even know what to say, but 50 episodes. Wow, that's gone fairly quickly. So it's the video here. I put the teaser up for it. 10:31 p.m. tonight. It's the 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, a game changer. It's my first look and first impressions. So if you're into EVs, definitely tune back in here to the Tri-State Traffic Show YouTube channel. We'll be up here around 10:30 this evening. As that gets revealed, I will give you my first look and my first impressions of the new 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, and let you know, is it a game changer? So definitely tune in later on this evening. Watch it on the TV, on your phone, wherever you may be watching us from, and please, like, subscribe to the channel. Also, put up some comments there about the Chevy Blazer. The Blazer is such an iconic nameplate for Chevrolet. I mean, my gosh, I don't even know how far back it goes. It's got to be like 50, 60 years or whatever, into the early 70s or whatnot. But, this is the next push for GM to get into, getting through their electrification. Cadillac is going to go all electric by, I think, 2030, I believe. I wouldn't be surprised that Buick is certainly not too far after that. But thank you, Anna. Thank you very much. Yes. Appreciate that. So she says congratulations on our 50th episode. So yeah, please definitely head back to the channel here later on this evening. I'll be back with my first impressions and first look of the 2024 Chevrolet Blazer EV. Again, that's this evening at 10:30. So please come on back and join us for, I guess, episode 51, I guess, if you want to call it that. I'm not even sure what to call it. But saving the car reviews and things like that for their own separate thing. So we're just going to go with the episodes for the live shows, the morning shows, I should say, really. Again, thank you, Anna, for that. And again, please like, subscribe, join our 83 subscribers here. Let's make the push towards 100, right? Let's see if we can get 100 subscribers by our 100th episode. Alexander says, congratulations. Thank you. And thank you so much, you and Anna, for being loyal viewers since episode 1. So I really appreciate that. It means quite a bit to me. So thank you so much for that. But yeah, so if you can go ahead and like and subscribe, maybe that we'll push towards 100 for 100, right? Let's see. We only need 17 more subscribers to get to 100 by our 100th episode. So let's see if we can make it before 100. And yeah, so again, come back later on this evening also for that game changer. Will it be a game changer? The 2024 Chevrolet Blazer EV. All right, friends, that is going to be about it here this morning in the fairly busy traffic center. It's a lot of this was all weather related for us. But again, just be careful out there. Drive safely. Be careful as you're getting around. Again, be weather aware. Follow Johnny on Twitter as well as Facebook. And I don't know if Johnny's on Instagram. I have to ask him about that. I definitely know he's on Twitter at John Rocco WX. Definitely on Facebook as well at the same handle. So he'll be updating the forecast throughout the day. Hopefully we'll get Johnny back in the Weather Center tomorrow. So good luck, John, on your weather test here for episode 50. Wow, it's been interesting. You know, I never thought I was going to be able to do this technology-wise here from basically my living room. Well, not basically, it is my living room. But, you know, after being on linear TV for plus years or even more, it's been very, very interesting to see how all of this social media, YouTube, how this all works. And I thank everybody for who has subscribed to the channel already. It means the world to me that you're able to go ahead and do that. And you think enough of what we're doing here to go ahead and subscribe for our 50th episode. And thanks to Alexander and Anna for being amazing, loyal viewers and subscribers here from day one. Really appreciate that. Also, Justin, when he can, he comes into the conversation as well. We also have Jonathan. We had somebody new last week, Elizabeth, who was watching us on Facebook. So we thank her as well. But again, thank everybody who has subscribed. So we'll push for the 100 and 100. Let's see if we can get to, we know 17 other people that can get me to 100 subscribers, right? So that is going to be the push here. We'll see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Maybe we'll get some more subscribers from the broadcast later on this evening. Who knows? But, you know, we're a close-knit community right here, right? So, but, you know, we also have some other things on the horizon for the channel, a couple more interviews, I think. I think those went over fairly well. I think everyone seemed to enjoy those. And a couple more things kind of in the works, per se. And I hope to do some more of these car review things. As one, it's just something I like to do. And two, I think it, you know, adds some different content to the channel. So with that said, I've been rambling on for almost 2.5 hours now. We got off to a little bit of a shaky start here this morning, but we kind of picked up the pace here. Again, we thank everybody who is watching us here this morning on the Tri-State Traffic Show. And thanks again to all of you for our 50th episode. So with that said, also, hey, we got to thank Travels with Darley Newman came on since our first episodes as well. Same thing with Ralph, the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. Definitely got to thank him for his great sponsorship of the Tri-State Traffic Show. So if it wasn't for Darley and Ralph, probably really wouldn't be able to do this program. So we thank them so much for the sponsorship of the Tri-State Traffic Show. And Anna here, yeah, and don't forget the squirrel. That's right. That's right. Well, hopefully we sent the squirrel packing, because it was interesting. I was out in the courtyard just the other day, sitting on the bench or whatever, and squirrel came down the tree. That's really the first one I've seen in a while. And he was looking at me, I was looking at him, and I was thinking, well, he's probably thinking, well, why can't I get back into your apartment? So hopefully the work that they did with the roof and the gutters and everything else like that has taken care of our squirrel population in the attic. So hopefully they are out of the way. But he was giving me some dirty looks there, but he eventually moved on. So we're done with you. But anyway, that's right, the squirrel. So hopefully they don't come back. All right, let's go ahead and end the broadcast here. So we thank everybody for watching us this morning. And we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.